Hello everyone, it's wooothebadman and Jabroni Tony again, and this time we've got a submission, another dev submission. This game is called Dime a Dozen, which I guess this time we'll go back to our ways of checking out the store page a little more thoroughly, because there's kind of a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. And starting with this title, Dime a Dozen, I don't know if this is supposed to be some sort of self-deprecating or self-referential thing, but you know, the phrase dime a dozen is like bad, low quality.
Yeah, it's
And
easily replaceable.
yeah, and it's definitely a phrase that applies to RPG Maker games. Like, there's a ton of them, and they're cheap and garbage.
Yep, pump them
So,
out.
so it's kind of funny to call your game that. I don't know why you called it this, especially since you're talking about like anomalies and some sort of sci-fi things. I don't get it. Uh, Perhaps we'll learn during the game, but I guess my advice is, I mean, if it's self-referential and you want people to think your game sucks, then I guess go for it. But like,
Good job.
but you know, if you want people to think your game is cool, you know, maybe call it something else that doesn't have some inflection that, like, you know, people take to mean that's what RPG Maker games are. They're dime a dozen.
And a dime is often worth too much to pay for these garbage. It should be free a dozen or something
Yeah,
because it's not worth the money.
negative 10 cents a dozen.
Yeah, pay the person to play your game because it's so bad.
So then I want to also talk about this like store page here, where you start saying like dime a dozen is a turn-based RPG. Wow, who'da thunk it? That takes inspiration from the idea of what I think Dragon Quest is like. Never could get past the first 2 minutes, meaning the numbers are a lot lower and every bit of damage counts. This is less elemental modifiers than most RPGs, and your MP is a lot lower. It will be made on RPG Maker VX Ace. So already there's a lot of stuff that I'm kind of like, I mean, is this again with the like self-referential stuff? Like, wow, who thunk it? Where it's like kind of tongue in cheek. I don't know if this game is meant to be a comedy game or goofy like that.
I don't know if I don't know. I don't think the game maybe. I mean, maybe it will be, but I would say that the store page being it's. I guess that's true. The store page is trying to be comedic. It means the game is probably trying to be comedic.
Yeah. And
So
this whole like stream of consciousness where you start talking about Dragon Quest and you're like, well, I've never actually played Dragon Quest, but, and I'm just like, why are we talking about Dragon Quest? Like, like
this is
talk about your game
yeah.
and what's in it. If you don't know what Dragon Quest is, then don't bring it up.
This is the well, okay. In their defense, this might be a joke, but as I said in the last episode, not last the episode before that, without tone and delivery, there's no way to know.
Yeah. I mean,
And this is the RPG Maker trick of like, I know my game ain't anything, so I'm gonna say it's like a good game, and maybe people will like it. So
yeah. I had to actually watch a little bit of a long play of Dragon Quest One just to see if I knew what he was talking about, which was
yeah,
a little bit confusing because I guess in America they changed the name, or I don't know, other regions it was changed to Dragon Warrior, and I was like, what game is this? Which is it? Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior? But yeah, they're the same game. Anyway, I guess I see the whole low numbers thing. Like, man, I don't know. Based on what I've seen of this game, it seems like it's gonna not be anything like Dragon Quest.
I guess you'll be. I don't know anything about Dragon Quest, so I guess you can be the judge of that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that game's interesting because the long play, even though it wasn't like a speed run, it was like 2 hours long, I think. Like,
oh,
but you know, that's an old NES game, so you really can't afford to make games that long on that hardware.
sure.
Um, the setting is in an unnamed Japanese city in the year 1985. 20 years earlier, scientists discovered that another dimension existed they named is the Zero Dimension, as it is an infinite void covered in a thin layer of black liquid. When stimulated with electricity, the liquid forms into a dangerous creature known as an anomaly, spelled with this like gamer speak stuff,
Zero and an at, yeah.
which is,
I don't know if it's necessary, but
yeah, I don't know what that's about. Scientists definitely don't name things like this. It's kind of, and for the 80s, like people didn't really do this in the 80s either, so I don't really know. Like, this is, or I guess 60s for that matter, since they said 20 years earlier. So it seems a little bit, I don't know, messing with the tone here to call it that. Yeah, then there's a lot of stuff here about plot and stuff, which is good. Which you probably would just go with that instead of this intro. Let's talk about the plot, and that's fine. Then you have some art here, which is
So, oh yeah, I'll describe what I thought. It looks like it's not stock RPG Maker art. The paint style looks like a custom amateur art, but the style of the anime shapes looks like RPG Maker art. So I don't know if it's like emulating the style, like they saw some RPG Maker art and were like, I want that style, or what. I have no idea.
yeah, maybe they made the characters in the character creator and then tried to draw it themselves with like a
Yes.
instead of just a face, it's like a bust.
Yes.
Just not a bad plan.
Not horrible. Yeah, it's true.
It helps keep consistency. That being said, the art isn't. It is a bit amateur, as you said.
Yeah. General amateur RPG Maker art. So, which at least is not base. Not much better, but it's it's something, I guess. So
Yeah, it's something.
give you half a point for that. So, in the rating at the end, maybe
Yeah.
we'll see.
Project is still pretty early in development. I guess that's good to know.
Yes.
And it's a zip for once instead of some weird format. Thank you.
Huzzah.
I don't know why people use weird formats. Just use zip. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it because there's not that much stuff on the store page to talk about. But I guess I've covered everything.
Sure. As Itch.io, not Steam.
Itch.io, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is ready for Steam or if this would be an idea that you should put on Steam. But for starting out and getting your stuff out there, it's just very useful. It doesn't have crappy ads, so it's good.
So I think this game is going to be a never if you put on Steam, make it free. Just get people playing it. Don't try to make money off it. You're not going to, if it's as amateurish as it looks, which is again fine if you're going to not charge for it. But
yeah,
we'll see.
We shall see.
Steam.
All right, you want to get started right away here?
Let's do it. Let's jump in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, Leroy.
All right, so here's the game. There's no options in the main menu, which I guess is a VX Ace thing, which I've mentioned before. I just can't.
It's 2023.
stand Yeah,
Stop making games in VXAs.
it's too old and it sucks too much, and already I'm like fighting these problems. Like this music is extremely loud. I have it set in the Windows mixer to 1 right now.
Oh my god.
And it's still pretty high.
It's still pretty loud. Yeah.
I think we'll be okay. But I would love to adjust it more finely because I can't adjust it in the Windows mixer any more than this.
That's crazy.
And I can't press F1, which I believe F1 is the options menu in VXA. So I guess you disabled that for some reason. I don't know why.
And that would require knowledge of the engine, which the player shouldn't have to have, right? So
maybe a plugin or something. I don't know. I haven't used VXAce that much. So
for good reason.
There's no WASD, of course, because it's VXAce, I guess, but I'm pretty sure there's a plugin for that in VXAce. But yeah, a lot of complaints about VXAce already, so get ready for that because VXAce sucks.
Dated. It's like using Unreal 2.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
It's like, yeah, there were some good games made in Unreal 2, for sure.
Back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, like Bioshock, I think, was made in Unreal 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So, like, it's pretty good, but, it's 2023, so you're probably going to want to use at least Unreal 4, if not 5.
Yep.
And, man, MV has fucking 1080p, so I don't know how you don't immediately go, oh, resolution. Resolution's good. And I'm really coming around to the mouse control thing. I never really thought about mouse control before, but I think that's more of a modern audience thing. I've watched some people playing my game with the mouse, and I was like, yeah, I guess people like to do that. I don't know.
Oh, versus wazarding or whatever to move around?
Yeah, either wazard or arrows. I mean, definitely not arrows, but arrows is stupid, which I'm going to be stuck with here. But, yeah.
People are used to the ARPG genre and stuff. Yeah, I can see the game.
Okay, I was looking at my mouse to see if it came up on the screen so I could point at things.
No, cannot.
All right, let's start this thing. This intro, I will say the starting music is decent, for synthwave, whatever the hell this genre is called.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the Driver, that Ryan Gosling movie genre. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
Synthwave, I believe, is the name.
it's kind of cool.
Agreed.
But I assume
Is
that,
it out of place? I'm gonna assume yes. Oh
well,
god.
synthwave is meant to emulate the 80s.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not
That's
accurate to the
85.
80s,
Yeah.
but it gives you a feeling of the 80s.
Yeah. That makes sense. I guess this game takes place in 85, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Welcome, Dr. Ross. Thanks for agreeing to do this interview.
Base font, whatever it is.
Oh, I don't remember this. I did watch somebody play this game, and I don't remember this part, so that's
Oh snap.
weird.
The versions.
Well, I don't think it's a version difference. I think it's just, I don't know what this intro. This might be one of those intros where there's just too long and too many different things that aren't relevant to like
Oh,
the character you're playing as and what you're doing.
sure.
You're welcome. I think this is a wonderful opportunity to let the public know about our research. Yes, indeed. So we have two different NPCs here who don't have art, so I'm not really sure who's talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. I was gonna say there's no name, there's no art. What the hell? But the only thing is the Doctor Lab coat. You kind of get an idea, but it's still stupid. Like, fix that.
Yeah.
Fix that tritium.
I mean, if these aren't important characters, then why are we opening the game with them?
Sure. And you should still at least like you can just do pink-haired girl doctor, like,
Yeah.
just so people know who's talking. Yeah. Come on, this is not. Needs to be fixed. Even if they're not important, that should be fixed.
Yeah.
So.
See, the problem this whole time has been our mindset. People see anomalies and they say, how do we kill it? That's just wrong. Well, they do. Yes, I know, but look at it this way. Sure, cyber has provided a lot of interesting gadgets and such, but it's nothing compared to what we have done with anomalies. I think Not Applicable talked about this a lot when he played it. These breaking apart sentences like that.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, it's definitely a little awkward. Like, he could have just...
Sorry, go ahead.
You could have just moved the whole sentence into this one from the previous one.
True. And I will say, we in case the dev tries to defend, we know who's talking based on, we can tell, but you still should have the name or a, description of who's talking, because that's just good design. Even if we can know who's talking, it's not an excuse. You should add it. It's just bad design if you don't do it. So anyway, okay.
Yeah, it's not like a movie where you can see who's talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Their faces are animating or something. And how does that work? Anomalies are living creatures, violent ones at that. But what if we were to tame that savage nature? What method would you use? Let me ask you a question. Which animal has the greatest will? Well, humans, of course. Exactly.
Oh yeah, look at that break. That's such an awkward.
Whoa,
Be merged with. It's like, why is it like that?
What happened here?
Yeah, this is. What do they call it? Orphans? There's orphans on the text. There's too many orphans on this text.
What if I told you that anomaly could be merged with a human host? The host will retain their personality and memories, but will gain fantastic powers. What? If you fixed the previous window, this one would have fit in that last one.
So awkward.
God damn it. But that's just wrong.
Yeah, this is going to be marked down on the technical.
Not at all. The human mind will shape the anomaly, tame it, and use it to their advantage. Ah, I see. When do you plan to start? Man, we already have. The first 12 experiments have proved to be successful. Dun, dun, dun.
Dime a dozen. That's the dime. That's the whatever, a dozen, I should say.
1,000 years ago? What? What?
So 895.
Oh, now it's becoming a generic RPG Maker game.
Yep.
Wouldn't that
Shadow Lord?
That would be really funny. Excuse to use like the RTP. Just like, oh, 1,000 years ago. All of a sudden, it's just a generic RPG Maker game.
Generic medieval, yeah.
Not
fantasy.
modern time. The heroes of Anthor held a council. Ugh, can't you make it
Why
go
is
any
he dressed
faster?
in a modern day? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's the narrator being self-referential. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're playing a game or something is going to be the idea in D&D or something.
Ah, okay.
Can't you make it go any faster? Here's the self-insert for the player, I guess.
Yep.
Not really. Well, can you change that? Yeah, but it builds tension, right? That's not what tension is. What are you talking about? tell this person he's a moron.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just make something longer to build tension. Like, the point, and exposition is not tension. Like, what are you talking about?
Oof.
In a way, I'm just saying you could speed it up a tad. It's bad, right? No, like I said, if you say so, we have to leave now anyway.
So this guy made an RPG Maker game. Like, in the game, the story is that guy's ripping his friend's RPG Maker game apart. I love it. Whoa, look at this car animation.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Of course, the wheels aren't spinning, but otherwise it looks cool.
I'm wondering, you got this animation, but the wheels don't spin. I feel like shouldn't be too hard to get the wheels to spin. I don't know.
I agree. What little I know of RPG Maker, I agree.
I mean, it's just a sprite sheet. You just like select the wheels and then rotate them in a GIMP or something.
Yeah, and spinning you could do with literally 2 sprites and then just mirror them.
Yeah.
And
how many frames of animation? Is this 3 frames of animation? I assume it's 3 or 4, but I think I think it's enough to get wheels spinning.
The shadow moves with it. I mean, it's kind of minor, but it's funny. Just the shadow moves with the bed. Moves up with it. It should be, the shadow should move down when the cabin of the car moves up. But
oh, yeah.
It's just, basic art. Whatever. That's me being nitpicky. So.
Well, first on the list is groceries. And then work. Who gets groceries before work?
He's looking for a job. Wait, he is working, but he's looking. Oh, he's working, but he's looking at a new job. Okay, so he's
okay.
Yeah, you would do it after. Well, you can't go to the fridge.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to bring your groceries home and then do work after. I guess is what they mean. What? Yeah. When did I agree to that? You didn't. What would I have to do? You'd be a janitor. And you, marketing manager. Hey, no fair. How come I have to clean stuff while you're marketing or whatever? Because I spent years in college studying so I could get a degree and have a well-paying job? Yeah, well, I wish the IDP would throw us some money every once in a while. I mean, janitor's not actually a bad job.
No. It's just, looked down upon, unfortunately.
Yeah. They did buy us a house and a car.
Are these guys brothers? What is it? Like, gay lovers? Like, I'm so confused.
They're just...
But whatever. Friends homies that live together? Live together and share a car? And
share a car?
Share a house from the government? Like,
yeah.
Or whatever the IDP is? I don't know. Anyway.
Well, that was a long time ago. That's always my reaction. That's what they do in anime, right?
That's true, yeah.
Hello. Oh, it's you. What's the trouble? Really? Again? But okay, just
he's on the phone? Okay. I just heard the cell phone.
Yeah. But that cell phone was more like a 90s ringtone, wasn't it?
Kind of?
Like a
Nokia?
Like a 90s? Nokia.
Maybe.
I don't know I guess I don't know what a cell phone sounded like back then because...
In the 80s.
Yeah.
The ones that are, half the size, double the size of your head.
Yeah. But I mean, he's indoors. It should be a cordless phone anyway. So
that's true.
I don't know why he's using a cell phone.
In the 80s. Indoors. Yeah. That makes no sense.
Let's start with the easy ones. Whoa. Why does that guy keep appearing?
He popped in.
Yeah, he did the last time, too.
Ugh, it's just
weird.
Bad programming.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. I feel like that's really easy to avoid. Hello? Oh, thank the Lord. Is it really you? Sorry, who is this? Z, don't you remember? Pardon, it's been a while. What's on your mind? IDP wants me to take a head count. Could you stop by? I suppose so. Why, what's the matter? You're sure this is just a head count? Nothing else? 99% sure. Okay, fine. Me and Aito will be there. Alright, see ya. Take care. Total's 11,000 yen. That's not what I counted. Are you calling me a liar? Wait, what's your name? Scarlet, you didn't answer my question. Yeah, it's like, why do you have an eye patch and white hair? What is this? Are you a main character?
No, are you an anime? Your name is Scarlet and your hair isn't red? What's going on?
Yeah. Her eye is red, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of... Because there's no reason people with the name Scarlet should have red hair magically. Like, so... But that's just a, You know, I always joke about in fantasy games where the person's last name is, or their name is their profession, and I'm like, they're born like an engineer's last name is like, you know, whatever, Rig Sprocket, and I'm like, did he know he was gonna be an engineer when he came out the womb? Like, why is his last name Rig Sprocket? So, anyway,
Yeah, Scarlet, and she has an eye patch, which is it's a funny trope that I've seen in anime girl designs over the past, like, I don't know, 10 years.
yep, the eye patch.
I guess I'm guilty of it too, because I have a character with an eye patch in my game, but the implication is that she lost an eye in battle. I don't know if that's always the case here.
Yeah,
And
maybe she sees anomalies with that eye.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's funny because you so infrequently run into people with eye patches that it's always like a very noticeable thing.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've seen an eye patch. I think maybe seen 2 eye patches in my entire 36 years of life.
Yeah, like I have
Pretty rare.
I have a colleague who, he has a glass eye, and
He doesn't wear an eye patch.
he does not wear an eye patch. No, he'll wear it around the house for comfort, but he doesn't wear it out in public because I assume it's because people are like, "Oh, hello, pirate!" Like,
Yeah,
draws attention.
Exactly. That's exactly why they get a glass eye, is literally to not draw attention. So
Yeah,
because you could just have the eye lost and just put a cover on it. You don't have to get a glass eye. They get a glass eye or a cover that looks like an eye specifically to not draw attention. So
yeah.
put an eye patch on, that would defeat the purpose of a fake eye.
But yeah, why did this person lose an eye? Is she a spy? Why
Is she
aren't
a
these people
warrior
questioning her?
schoolgirl, like a lot of animes do?
Yeah. Anyway, Scarlet, you didn't answer my question. Sorry, I used the calculator. It should be 10,853 yen. So you're gonna make me call a manager, get them to cancel this transaction. Carefully rescan every item because you want to save 147 yen. Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to spend one.
Well, I'm not doing it. I counted it right the first time anyway. Fine, I'll just take my business elsewhere. Ah, crap. I'm gonna get in trouble. Listen, what's your name? Alexander.
The most Japanese name you've ever heard.
Alexander. Reminds me of the son of Worf, but he's named Alexander because he was raised by humans, Russian humans. So I think he named him after his grandpa on their side or something.
Maybe this guy's an exchange student.
And also, his mother was half Klingon or half human, so I guess he was like, "Oh, you'll appreciate this." But this guy, he's an exchange student or what? I mean, we got Alexander, we got Scarlet.
When everyone looks anime, you can't really tell the difference on the races until they say something, or they speak in their native tongue.
Wait, you're not like Alexander. That's what I just said. Wait, no freaking way.
Oh, he's a celebrity, huh?
It certainly is strange, but I don't understand. Come on, don't you remember? Frida? That's a no. My name is Scarlet now. Oh, interesting. He's just called. Really? Makes you wonder. Well, seeing as we're all chums, let's forget about our silly little argument. 11,000 yen, please. So, I mean, if they know each other, would you not remember a girl with red eyes and white hair, or an eye patch, or like which of these details have changed?
Maybe the eye patch changed, but the red eye and the white hair probably, unless she dyed it. I don't know,
Yeah.
She could have gotten the eye patch between, but everything else, who knows?
Good to see you two. No one else has responded aside from Kazanai and Scarlet.
I think that's a false name. Like that, I don't think that's a real Japanese name. It sounds like one, obviously. It uses a lot of the same letters, like there's Kanzai or whatever, but Kazanai, I don't think it's real. I mean, it could be, I don't know, but it sounds like I can't just use a Japanese name. I got to make it a little different. I've never heard that name before, so anyway.
We met Scarlet at the grocery store. That's strange.
Okay.
The IDP makes a pretty big stink about anomalies interacting. Oh, they're anomalies. What? Anyway, the IDP wants you to find the no-shows. Hey, that's not fair. That's what they said. Don't shoot the messenger. I mean, we have to shoot these other people, right? Because that would be fun.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Anomalies are dangerous. Why risk their necks when we can do it? Exactly. Now the first on the list. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Mintuit?
Yeah. You don't expect us to start now? Yes, actually. The first target is Boris, as I was saying. We were able to locate him. He's a star at the local fighting arena.
MMA? An MMA fighter?
Oh, yeah. The fighting arena.
Volleyball.
I mean, don't you have, like, powers?
Yeah.
Like, what is the plan?
Fight hand to hand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Use
know.
palettes. Who knows? Yeah, we'll find out.
I guess we'll find
I
out.
know, we'll find out if it's good or if it's stupid. If it's well written or if it's dumb. We'll find out. So.
We've secured a spot for you, Alexander. Aito, you'll have to buy a ticket so we can watch and make sure Alexander's okay. Wait, you're joking, right? Nope, be there or be square. In the meantime, if you want to read up on anomalies, head downstairs. You might find it interesting. I mean, don't they know what anomalies are? What?
Yeah, isn't that the thing?
Oh, and Kazanai's down there too. Might want to chat with her. Jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
What a cutoff.
Yeah.
Where's Scarlet? She's the
the
tamer
store.
now. Bit a guard's hand earlier. Oh, she's the crazy one. Look out.
Yep. That's why she has an eye patch. She's crazy.
Walk around with the arrow keys.
Oh, wow. It says
Now
now
you tell me.
F1.
Wait.
Encyclopedia. Oh my god, this is the thing they do in... We can't fit all the information into the story organically, so read up a bunch of stuff beforehand. It's like the FF13 curse.
Yeah. So it says I can press F1. Oh, I can!
Right now, and during
Oh.
combat.
It's like a different thing. Wow, I can like...
Now we're lower with the
Wait, what?
destroying you.
Why?
It's so dumb though, because you couldn't do it on open. So if anyone is
there we
playing
go.
this like a real game, they're gonna have their ears blown out, then mute the game, and then potentially have to play until they reach the settings part to fix it. Like that sounds.
Uh-oh. Did that... Okay, that made it worse for the stream. Or
Give that to the-
something. Yeah, that ruined it for the stream. Whoops.
Oh no, well, I
God.
can still see it.
Oh god.
Oh, you can. I mean, everything's fine on my part.
It's screwing up the recording.
Oh, is it?
I
Okay.
can't do that. Run in full screen. If I click this, is it going to ruin everything? Oh, it full screened on the wrong screen, so we're not doing that. That's a VXAce thing. That's not his fault. I mean, it's his fault for using VXAce, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can rebind these to WASD. Cool.
Well, there's an ASD on down there, key XYZ. You're gonna have to remap WASD some to key XYZ.
Oh, I see.
Whatever.
Wait,
key
these three
XYZ.
were A's?
They were ASD, yeah. So it was WASD was already in use, but
Why?
I don't know what those keys are for. Obviously, the key XYZ.
What if I show... What if I do this?
Yeah, I was gonna say reverse.
Reverse it. Take that. Dash shift. Can I be a weirdo and make it alt? Oh, I can't make it alt. What's funny is I can't... Oh, I have to press save first, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. These are all... Okay, I see now.
Multiple, yeah.
Multiple keybinds. Very good. Haha! Now I can use real buttons. Oh, grid-based movement.
Awful.
Sorry, that's a default RPGMaker thing, I know. And it's a lot to get rid of it, but at least have 8-directional movement. That's my thing. I just want to move in 8 directions.
Yeah, grid in 2023 is so awkward. Not allowed diagonal movement.
No diagonal movement.
Technical. The technical on this game is going to be very low.
I mean, I guess there was I don't know if there was pixel movement, but there was parallax mapping in VXAce.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Green hair girl.
I have green hair, and I'm wearing a more Japanese type traditional thing.
Yes.
Although it's the 80s, so I don't know why you'd be wearing that around town and not just like at a festival or something.
Yep.
Nice to meet you. I'm Alexander. This is my friend Aito. Hey, great.
Oh, he's here? He's not following? I guess he ported into you.
Yeah, he didn't show up this time. We saw each other for like 2 minutes, and that was 10 years ago. Well, you know, you were just so pretty that your face stayed in my head all these years. Sorry, he's always like this. Don't pay any attention to him. I mean, it's the 80s in Japan, which, like... I'm sure that's, like, fine. I mean, sure, here in 2023, it's like being blatant about flirting is, like, annoying. But, like, man, back in the old days, women just had to deal with that shit.
True.
And it's in Japan.
I was gonna say Japan. It's like the Western style dating in Japan. I'm pretty sure. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Japan knows.
I'll pay attention to who I want. I can't handle it myself. Aito, no offense, but I'm not really interested in any Guys. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Fine, no problem. I'll deal. You're not going to become a party member?
She will eventually, I'm sure.
Bullshit. Wait, so what? Where am I supposed to go? What? Oh, the camera does. What? Why do people get this plugin? This camera lag plugin. I must be out of my mind. I don't know why people love to add that. I mean, of all the plugins to add.
Yeah.
No 8-directional movement, but you have this slow camera shit. Give me a break.
Give me a break.
Wait, so where am I supposed to go? Was there another place I could go?
Upstairs?
I don't, like, what?
Actually, talk to the guy. See what he said. You'll probably. This is just the RPG. Just talk to people until there's something figured out. Yeah. See, there we go.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Not good design, but this is JRPG design. Old school. This is old school, not good JRPG design. Just talk to people until you figure out where to go.
yeah. Why they happen to counter any resistance? The IDP wants you to fight in the 0 dimension. Why? What do you mean, why? They don't want any collateral damage. This guy's like an idiot or something? Ah, I see. You have a car, right? Do we really need it? I'd say it's within walking distance.
Are these not schoolboy? I guess they're not. They're driving. Like these guys, I thought they were teenagers, like in the store page.
Yeah, I don't know. They mentioned things that happened 10 years ago, so I assume they're... And didn't seem like they were implying that, you know, they were tiny children back then, so I assume they're at least in their 20s or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Can we please take the car? Walking is cheaper and you need exercise, and it builds character. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Well, here we are. It's suddenly night. Sweet.
I got the lighting.
I can't wait to see you fight! Ha! When I die, please donate all my money to charity, okay? Vroom, 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 vroom. Vroom, vroom, vroom. We should head to the club.
Is that the club?
This? Hey, you!
Hey,
Who's there? Heh, don't matter. Oh, okay. Time to fight. Hunters. Let's take them out. Hunters? Okay. So I'm gonna assume I have
You got swords.
a fucking sword, apparently. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I have to confirm. I see. That's standard RPGMaker shit. So all of this is TP and not mana, I guess.
Oh my god. SP. It's SP.
Oh sure.
You don't have, I guess.
Summons his short sword, and I get TP for doing
Hey,
that.
TP.
Oh,
and
I
it
got.
counts as SP? Oh
Wait,
my god.
What is null? What do you mean null? What? What does null mean?
Nothing or no damage or whatever?
Yeah.
Or removed some status?
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's a status or if that's like, or if something did 0 damage or something. Oh, what the hell? Aw, I wasted my turn. Oh my god. I thought that, so I had this before and then I used this. I don't know what the difference is. There's no reason for me to. Alright.
Description at the top. I don't know what matters though. Also, it says plus TP and you get SP, so a little bug.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, in the pop-up?
Yeah.
This background interesting. See, this is another plugin. He has a video playing for the background.
Yeah. So it looks
So
like
just like
a video file playing.
raise allies' defense. You have less health, so let's do that. And he has the camera, and he has this animating and stuff. So he has plugins and stuff. So it's just like, there's like a screeching sound in this music right now. Can I do a special attack? Okay, no, I'm just gonna attack this guy to make sure he dies. Death! Murder! Oh, null? Then he says null on me. We're just not doing damage to each other?
Or it's like not doing a status effect. It still shouldn't say null. It should only just say when you get a status effect. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
So there's this. Ignores death. And I guess he has a lot of death because he's a big robot, right?
He's got armor on, yeah.
Oh, I can do this too. Increase the amount of damage, but it doesn't lower... Oh, wait, what? So I have increased the amount of damage they take and lowered an enemy's defense? Why do I have both? I guess I could do one and then the other.
I was gonna say, yeah, there probably is like, but you have no way of knowing. But one's probably more effective depending on the boss's armor.
Oh, I was hoping he'd go first, so that the other guy, because he did an attack that
Oh yeah, yeah.
Guard break. Oh wait, or does it prevent them
No.
from guarding? Run and jump. Add a jump at the end, catches enemies off guard. Does that mean it does more damage, or... Okay. Let's do this. Whee! Oh, he died, okay.
Yeah. 15 yen, that's like 1 cent.
Vial of blood. Cyber cells found. Oh man, we already leveled up. Cool.
Hey,
If only leveling up meant something, but I'm sure it's a JRPG, so it doesn't.
lol. Low numbers, remember? Like Dragon Quest, I think.
Yeah. Alexander, just an anomaly. Stay calm and take it out. Okay, hit it with swords! I don't know if I have any kind of way to heal here. Oh, I can do this? Okay, let's do that, I guess.
I know numbers in red, like you can't do it, but it can. It just means it uses SP, I guess.
I guess I need to... Okay, when we get to the settings, I need to, like... increase the sound volume, because I decreased both the music and the sound, but, like, the sound is actually really quiet, I'm realizing.
Oh.
This whole time I thought there was no sound.
Just, again, bad sound... Was it balance? Bad sound balance.
Yeah. Oh, I need to attack before I can do that. So, it's definitely very awkward to have, like, 300 damage. That's pretty good damage. Wait, is the heal already over? Uh-oh, I'm gonna die, probably. Oh, no, it's
Maybe.
not. Okay.
But Aito, no.
This music sounds like it's from fucking Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
The combat music, specifically.
Yeah. But I mean,
that's
kind of synthwavy.
Who knows, because all this shit sounds the same.
Huh.
My RS. I mean, RS doesn't do anything, so you can take my RS all you want.
Not my RS.
Yeah, we win though, right? Charging an attack? What? What are you talking about? Alright, cool. We did it. We stabbed the thing that I didn't realize. Oh, we leveled up again. What? And I went inside the thing.
Fine.
Oh my god, the music is so loud.
Yeah, do the music down to like 60 or 40. Game volume back to 100.
Yeah. I don't know if I need to adjust this, but because I don't think it's overpowering, but it might be overpowering the in-game sounds.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Oh, look at this. Look at the way these things come together. This is interesting. Oh, wait.
The lights.
There's like a actual shadow being rendered on him.
Whoa. Power is plugin or VXAs?
No, it must be a plugin, but I mean, VXAs is older, so there's definitely people who might have spent more time developing their plugins. So that is kind of one argument to use VXAs, is that there's more plugin options because it's just been around longer. But yeah, it's pretty cool that it has the shadow being rendered like that for its position. It is questionable that it's like pitch black in here, except for these lights. Can I save? Why does the music stop when I open the menu? Is that a VXAs thing or
Game end.
Game end? Yeah, default RPGMaker.
Yep.
English. Oh, a dead girl. We should probably leave her alone.
Drunk.
What?
She's plastered. She's plastered. She's not dead. She's just knocked out or blackout drunk.
Yeah. What can I get you? I'm Alexander. I've been told I'm supposed to fight Boris tonight. You ha 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 ha. If you don't,
Ha 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 ha.
Sorry,
You're like
crash
Mandor
me up sometimes.
from Dexter's Lab. Ha 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 ha.
Anyway, just head up those stairs.
Fight arena is upstairs.
Are these stairs?
Yep. Whoa! Right into the arena.
Ladies
Stairs.
and gentlemen. They have a special
It looks like a stage, not a fighting, like not an octagon.
Oh, you know,
It's a
you're right.
stage.
I just thought it was a stage and that was supposed to happen, but Boris, we need to let the fight begin.
The screen wave.
I mean, these videos in the back are pretty cool.
Wow, what is this naked boy?
Naked man. Listen, I don't want to fight. Not fight. Not fight! I just want to talk. Talk. Look at crowd, Alexander. But, okay, I'm not holding back. Oh, I guess I didn't do that.
Auto
so I guess it's
fights?
auto
Yeah.
fight. Punches him in the stomach.
You stab him with a sword and he punches you. Like, this is like a cage fight.
They're going to be like, wait a minute, now I see why you think you stand a chance. You're just stabbing him with an axe.
You're like Vega from Street Fighter, bringing in a claw into a hand-to-hand tournament.
Try not to get hit so much. I would if there was any way I could do anything about that. Seems like he has pretty high defense, because I think I remember seeing this do 300 damage. So what's the difference between an axe and a sword?
Wait, what is it? It says up there, doesn't it? Isn't there a description, or what is it? What does the description say at the top?
It just says summons a sword and summons an axe.
Oh, maybe in the menu, or it's just bad design. My assumption is it's not good. Wait, yeah, okay, I don't know then. Maybe in the menu, but it's still not good. It should show you in the battle, not like the pause menu. But
I don't see why that would be different. This isn't looking good for Alexander,
yeah.
folks. He's taking quite the beating.
My assumption is just you just put the info and it's not good.
Yeah.
Because it's an amateur RPG maker.
Took no damage. Like, why do I get these messages of take no damage? Took no damage. Took no damage. What? Like, what is that message? Shut up and let me focus. Am I actually supposed to win this fight? This is gonna take my turn, though. What the fuck is CYP?
Your cyber points.
But I have
it's
RS
not even...
and I have SP, so I'm like,
yeah.
what? Alright. Should I try to heal, or is this a force lose? I guess I'll assume it's a force lose. Either that or this will kill him.
Just swing, yeah.
Nope. Death. Oh, I died.
Game. Defeation.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
It said death, though.
Yeah.
They should probably change that. I'm pretty sure that's just a simple text field of, like, the statuses, because you gain a status called death, and you have he has a plugin that's making it so whenever you gain a status, it says text and tells you what the name of the state is. So you should probably change to something generic like defeat if you're gonna have, you know, people
not kill you,
not die when they come out of when they have 0 HP. Ha! Boris never loses. Now I crush your skull. Oh, or do I do actually lose? Alexander.
Game over. No, yeah, we'll see.
Alexander, come on, wake up. Ugh, my head. Hey. Dang, where am I?
You're back. Yeah. Dang.
A side alley. Oh, now I remember. How about we head home? Sounds great. Do you have some aspirin? Nah, I don't carry stuff like that around. Fine. Any blood?
Yeah, this is that dialogue you kind of talked about in the other game, which is like, do you blink? No blink. Do you blink? It's just like, oh my fucking god. I get it. It's like kind of like how a realist conversation, but it's so fucking boring.
Yeah.
So tedious.
Yeah, I think I kept some from the last drive. Let's see. Hurry up, okay? Right. Do you want a shot, or are you just gonna... I'll drink it. You know I hate needles. So they're vampires? Sorry. It's fine. Let's go.
Well, he does the port-in thingy.
Would you like to say it? I guess I should. I don't know. Well, that didn't work. You don't say, Aito. Dang, he's strong. Well, I mean, you didn't try to talk to him after the fight, which is what you should have done. Like...
You're just some guy.
Who came up with the plan of fighting him? The boss did, right? Why did he say that?
Something about anomalies, I think. I don't remember. I've lost interest in this story.
And they're just gonna give up? Why not just like find him after after he leaves and just beat him up in the alley, like the two of you?
Just the two of us. Yeah, I mean, my guess is they did say something about it, but I wasn't really. It's hard for me to follow them. It's like so uninteresting. But
at least you're safe and alive. I mean, there's the problem of like when stuff doesn't make sense, like you start to stop paying attention to it, right? Like
exactly, yeah. It's just anomalies, and then high fantasy, like or high magic. Just okay, I guess.
Yeah,
fighting them in the other dimension.
What now? Yeah, that's all we really know is that like. I mean, I guess this game is supposed to be a sequel to another game, but like. I'm not going to play another game. And I'm not going to read that
Nope.
encyclopedia either. Like, you have this
Hell
intro
no.
that introduces us to the concept. And, you know, they're like anomalies. There's some sort of thing from another dimension. You fight them in another dimension. Like, got it. That's all I need to know. But, like,
In the dark times.
there still needs to be logic about, like, what characters are doing and why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you should call Z. All right, let me. What the
Well,
heck?
Boris is back.
Oh, he decided to.
Talk to you for you.
What's the deal? You literally, you talk too much. You talk.
Yeah, he does.
Wrong too.
Yeah, the wrong
Alexander.
too. Yeah.
I agree. Aito. All right. Okay. Let's take him down. Oh, now he has a health bar.
Health
now
bar,
I can
you
actually
see,
know.
yeah.
Special. Let's throw my weapon at him because he has high defense, it seems like. And then we'll do... I mean, if this guy's just going to heal and auto attack, I should do this one. And the other guy will just do ignore defense. Why would I lower his defense? Why? Oh, what the hell? 91. Alright. Guard break. So that does make me question, because it says guard break. Does that mean it's supposed to be when they use guard? Because if that's the case, that means I'm wasting my time casting that
Maybe,
spell.
yeah, versus like a defense lowering, yeah.
Yeah, because it just says increases the amount of damage an enemy takes, so it's like... Okay. These, tooltips are... Oh, no, holy shit. So maybe I will do this, because I'm going to assume that, these tooltips are, like, wrong. Oh, he's going to kill both of us, eh?
37 damage.
Yeah. Do this, I guess. The other guy's going to have to heal him now. How come this guy has no... Oh, because I just did a thing. Okay. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, 30. We're okay. We're okay.
Wait, do I not get... okay, no, I think I'm good. Heal him? Ah! Raise his defense, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go, defense up since he keeps punching you for some reason. High throw. One of these days I'll get a stun. I'll just keep spamming this one attack all the time. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have used that because now I have no mana. Oh, he attacked me now.
176. 58.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Miss.
Maybe this is another force lose. I mean, if this is another force lose, I'm like...
It might, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it should be. Yeah, you have two people, but who knows?
It says it ignores his defense, though, so I don't know why the damage is so much lower than it was before. I don't know what this is. Someone's gonna die here. Yeah, it did like 300 damage before, didn't it? I don't know where these numbers coming from.
How much was that? Wasn't that much. Yeah,
86 healing.
His hits do a lot. I mean, one of his attacks does a lot.
Let's do guard so I can heal myself.
Oh, he's charging choke, it says. I guess that's going to be the high damage.
Yeah, should we guard against that? Let's guard against that, see what happens.
Yeah.
Haha, we guarded it, but it still did 100 damage. But I guess it probably was supposed to do a lot more.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's still good, though. That's still worth it.
Yeah.
You're out healing his damage now. So.
Let's throw this at him. I can't afford to weaken him at this point. Alright, I don't know. This guy is too important. He has so much fucking...
There we go. That's a good hit.
I barely even felt that. You are pathetic, Alexander. Now I'll crush your skull like tiny... Now I crush your skull like tiny mouse.
Like I was going to say, you gotta go Russian for that line.
Keep doing the Russian.
Yeah.
You know, finishing grade school grammar would really help with intimidation, Boris. I don't think he is very funny. Who will be laughing when you are dead, eh? Well, we're just
You're back to full health now. You're okay.
So...
Yeah. Almost full health, I should say. Yeah, looks like you. I mean, yeah, looks like you got him. You should be able to beat him now.
I just don't trust if this move actually works or not. I think it does. I don't know. Maybe I'll just I'll be safe.
Just attack.
Just
Just hit
attack
him.
so I can get
Watch, it
mana.
does like 200 damage. Like, oh.
Oh no, no damage. Fuck.
Is he blocking?
174 is good.
Yeah, one more hit. He's out.
Barely even breaking a sweat. Phew. Beach to pulp. Oh, he wasted his turn talking, so that's nice.
Yeah.
What a fool.
Just swing on him.
Swing on him. Yeah, swing on him, I guess. Oh, missed.
Miss.
Whoa, 196 though.
Jeez. That always is null. So, what was the axe 3? Oh yeah, I guess you need mana for that. But
Yeah.
that was the one that did like 186.
What?
30.
Wait, is he not gaining? What? He's attacking on his own now,
71.
or I lost track.
The counterattack? I don't even know.
I'm just gonna guard because his attacks don't do shit. Yeah, now I can do this one, I guess. Seems like he has a lot of health, which is dumb because he only has 14 HP. But it's like if I do literally 0 damage, then okay, here we go. I don't know, whatever.
Just attack. You'll get him.
Dead.
Oh my god, there's so much damage.
There we go. He's dead. Stabbed him with an,
Death.
chopped him with an axe. Death. Yeah, we killed him. Yeah, we leveled up.
Every fight.
Why are we different levels? What?
Because what's his Alexander get experience for losing the fight? I don't know.
I don't
The
know.
first one.
I would think not. Give it up, Boris. No, you won't take me alive. Stop being stupid. Ha. I swear, if you say ha one more time, all the ITP wants is a head count. You know what that means? They want you to walk in a room, prove you're Boris, and leave. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Trust me, you're only making this worse. Ha! Boris? Ah, my head. Why don't you listen to reason? Jeez, just kill him already. He's
He just
obviously
walked up from a drive.
drive.
They drove for a while. How'd you get here?
Yeah. He's obviously not going to pay attention to anything you say. Scarlet, what the heck are you doing here? I knew you two would end up doing something dumb like this. Hey, Boris, how's it going? Frida. And that's a big no-no. Scarlet, it's Scarlet. What? He was asking for it. Oh, that's it? Oh.
Oh, that's it. Oh my god. I was gonna say I'm pretty much close to done.
All
He
right.
ended for us.
Wow.
Thanks.
I had no idea that it was done.
It's pretty short.
Cool. Well, that makes it easier. What's funny is what is this music?
Sprites. He just used RTP or the general, yeah, RTP, right? We're talking about sprites.
Yeah, there might be sprite edits or something. Playtesters.
The AM doll.
Oh yeah.
Are we getting added to that?
I guess we'll get added to that or something.
Hell yeah. I'll take it.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Oh god.
What? Again with this. Wait, special thanks to the same people.
Yeah, I guess certain testers he thanks more.
Oh man. Well, if he doesn't give us a special thanks, I'll understand. So
Alright.
I guess we're done then. I didn't actually think we would finish it. I didn't think it would be that short. I guess I feel bad for not taking more time. I don't think I sped through it too much.
You took. I was gonna say you delayed a lot. You read slow. We had to go. Oh yeah, we played that slow on purpose. It's really short.
Yeah, there's the encyclopedia, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll go on to scoring then.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess this is the first thing that we had to stop the recording because I remembered I wanted to create this new column, and I guess I'll go back and just assume things about what we thought about these because we're not going to really do a proper review by going back or anything.
It's gonna change the averages.
It's going to change the averages. Some people will be hurt more, and then others will be pushed up more. So
Yes. But yeah, I mean, he mentioned it. Woot TBM mentioned it to me, and I'm like, yeah, we probably should have started with it. They're different enough. They're almost completely different categories that we definitely shouldn't. I guess, whatever. We're starting out. So now we split them as we should have.
Oh yeah, why don't I just?
Uh,
I can figure out this one. 0.
0. Anything that
Um,
used super generic stuff, 0.
yeah.
All right, let's move on to Dime a Dozen.
Dad, the game.
Yeah.
So yeah. What? So yeah, I guess I will say this is really funny. This is the point I wanted to bring up. The demo being short. I don't know if the whole game's going to be short. Hopefully it is,
Oh.
because it's funny how positive I feel just because the game was short. You're like, oh, we get to be done now.
I'm gonna say, I brought this up at some point. I think we said it in an episode, but if not, at least I told you in person. But I said there is gonna be a point where a lot of these submissions are just gonna be generic, or even just games we play are gonna be just generic RPG Maker garbage, and there's not much to talk about that we haven't said already about like 10 other games. And
Yeah,
that's what this game. I was feeling that for sure. I was like, dude, we can cut this short. In my head, if after that Boris part, I was gonna be like, hey, do you want to just end it like we know? But it ended for us. So I was like, okay, cool. But
yeah,
I was getting to that point where I was, man, it's just the same old. There's nothing else new to say. It's just the same old garbage. So, you
yeah.
know,
So hopefully the full game is also brief, short. Keep it short because I don't
that's what we
really,
want in our games.
I
Get
don't
them
really.
over with.
Yeah, because there's a lot of competition out there. They got games like Starfield coming out that have like infinite content. I mean, it's infinite due to bullshit, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
uh,
this new modern open world design bullshit where the content isn't high quality, but it can make itself because it uses RNG or whatever.
yeah.
So,
But so people are gonna fall for that and spend 70 hours in that game.
yep,
So it's a lot easier to pick up some jank ass RPG Maker game if it's just like, hey, this game's like 4 hours long. It's like, all right, I can,
and it's free.
and it's
And they haven't
free.
become jaded by playing a bunch of RPG Maker games because that's their YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So like, yeah, it's definitely a positive to do that. Hopefully you do that. I mean, he does have a previous game. I don't know if that one's short. Um,
sure.
it would be interesting. I guess if I knew this was short, maybe I would have thought about playing that one side by side with this one. But nah,
Mhm.
I'm
I'm
just
good.
just out of
Yeah.
curiosity of to see how much person has grown. Because
Sure.
that's the thing we always talk about, like, oh, make your game, finish your game, move on to the next one. But in addition to that, hopefully you like learn from it and make the next game better.
Is that
Um,
too much to ask of RPG Maker devs? Maybe,
yeah,
but
I think
but they
that
should. Yeah.
I think a lot of them just kind of make the same game over and over again, and that's definitely
Yep.
not like that's not the point of that.
For sure.
um, I don't know. Look at the difference between my games. Ho ho ho. Self plug.
Perfect. You make the perfect game. All right.
F plus plus.
Gameplay. Yep.
Gameplay. Yeah.
Unbiased.
I had a lot of. I mean, there's. I'm sure you're gonna say it's generic RPG Maker game. I'm trying to focus on what they tried to do, which a lot of it was just like also buggy with like saying null, like null damage or something for some reason,
There were so many bugs. I
and
mean,
like the
we
tooltips
didn't
made
have
no sense.
CYP. Yeah, we didn't. RS was not like TP was RS, and all this. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why have a
very
sword? Why have an
buggy.
axe? Why do I have a skill that
Yeah.
says it reduces damage, but it says guard break? And I'm like, guard's a skill. Does it remove guard from the enemy? Like, what does it actually do?
Or is guard the stat? I mean, it might have been in the menu somewhere. I mean, whatever. But I was not gonna fight to have you go check it out. But
Oh yeah, I really doubt it. I really, really doubt it. There's, as far as I know,
yeah.
at least that's default RPG Maker is that the description that's in the combat is the same that's in the field.
Yeah, and you can tell it being a low effort game. Yeah, I mean, if I had to bet money, I'd bet that it was not different. Like, I'm just saying, like maybe, but I agree. Like, if I have to bet money, I would say it's the same. There's no way all those errors and lack of, effort, and it's like, oh, but this thing I'll put effort into. Just the odds are so low. It's
But even if it
so
was in the field, why would it be different? Why wouldn't the information that's relevant be in that field?
that's true. I agree.
I mean, the description wasn't like jam packed. You could have fit a couple more words,
Agreed.
like
Yeah, I
why
agree with that.
why axe, why sword, and like, uh, is it actually increasing damage or is it destroying break guard? I mean, nobody seemed to be using guard, so maybe it is. Um,
It's just defense, yeah.
Yeah, but then,
But they could change it to make it obvious, you know.
but then why? But that's the other design problem. Why would you give someone both defense and damage increase? Like they both do the same thing. I guess if one of them lasts a long time and the other one is short, then you can kind of juggle having both of them up at the same time.
Or one is like a flat damage increase, and one lowers their defense stat. So it would calculate differently. But
Well,
not that you as the player would be able to know until you tried it, because you can't see their defense stat, right? But
yeah,
like a 10% damage on 300, let's say you do 300 damage, 10% will always be 30, but their armor could, they could be a high armor target, they could be a low armor target.
well, the funny thing is the
So,
default
but
formulas of RPGMaker, and I'm going to assume that he's using something similar
yes,
to
I
default
would always assume
formulas.
default. Yeah.
They're just additive. It's like your attack minus defense.
Oh, okay.
So the
Well,
defense reduction one would be the flat bonus, and then the other one would probably be a percent bonus.
sure.
But
Yeah. Regardless of, yeah, you get my concept
yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah,
Even I will say though, with guard being an actual skill, maybe you are right. Maybe that it is meant to break the actual guard ability, but he forgot to program the enemies to be able to do the guard ability.
yeah.
Right? Like that's very possible too.
But that also wouldn't make sense because that guy seems like he always goes second. So what would be the
Sure.
point of him? Because guard only lasts one turn, so what would be the point of
Yeah,
breaking it?
it would never. Yeah, it would never actually hit it.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I guess you can increase the speed of the attack. It seems like I don't know if he did that for any of the skills. It kind of felt like he didn't, but like um, in default RPG Maker, there's a speed stat on the skill, and you can make things that are faster and slower. Like guard is usually always faster because that way you can kind of successfully guard before you're hit more often. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, speed just dictates when the thing comes out in the weird way that what do you even call this type of combat where it's like you choose your move and then everything happens at once.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Usually games don't design that way because it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's
It's
default
less people
RPG
do
Maker.
stuff, let people do stuff. Yeah.
I almost always, not almost always, I always use standard turn based because it makes sense. You know, like good old Dungeons and Dragons. Your turn
Yep.
goes, you get to do a thing. The other person's turn goes, they get to do a thing. Not this weird nebulous system of like
Each side has a turn. Yeah.
each side picks something and then maybe they'll get to go. Maybe the person will be
Yeah. You
dead
don't
by
know
the
who's
time they
going
attack.
first. Was it? I will say I wasn't paying super close attention to that. Was it always consistent on who went first on your side, or did it alternate?
Um, it's
Regardless, it's still not a good system, but
fairly
yeah.
consistent. Oh god, I can't. I'm mixing up the
Okay.
characters' names. The characters are too similar. They both just have
Sure.
different hair colors.
Yeah.
So one of them had sword axe man. The other one was debuff man, support man. Um, and it seemed like sword axe man always went first on my team.
Sure.
Um,
Hmm. Well,
which
it's still not a
is
good system. Yeah. Just
weird. I would think support man would go first, so that way he could debuff them, and then attack man could go and get the bonus on that turn.
yeah. That would be
Uh,
the right way.
which is yeah, that's what I would say. Um,
Yeah, it's not a good system. Everyone should just go when their turn, and even maybe have a turn order visible,
yeah,
so you can like actually plan strategy out on. Oh, I know this person's going after this person, so I'll debuff with this person, or the enemy gets an attack, so I'll guard with this person. Like I think that's just should be done. So yeah, not good.
yeah. I didn't really talk about that in Sea of Stars, but that game being a much better game, that was like one of the
Yeah,
problems with the combat. Was like during that boss fight, it was just like I don't know when this is ever going to end. Like we're just like throwing attacks out there, and
oh yeah,
it's not really strategy to me to just keep continually throw attacks out there, and then like
yep,
I don't know. I don't know why people like that. It's like show me a health bar, so that way I can actually plan potentially at least based on that much.
yeah.
Because yeah, I don't know. What am I supposed to do with this number if I don't see like their health? I don't know.
It's funny in the Resident Evil like OG 1, 2, and 3 speedrun community, they actually I think had a controversy on allowing because you can get a mod to see the boss's health,
Oh,
and I think they didn't. Initially you're like, yeah, whatever. It's like you can just count it, but I think it actually was kind of controversial because you could tell, you go, oh, I'm about to get hit, but I know the boss has one hit left, so I'm just gonna shoot instead of heal, right?
Hmm.
And that is, I guess you could count arguably. I don't know if there's any variants. I forget. This I was Resident Evil 3 is when I saw this, but I remember I think there was a controversy of, hey, you play differently when you can see their health, and you can't see it in the game. Like, this is a no mod category, so or
Hmm.
only approved mods category. So I think the only mod that was approved was one that just made one of the game's RNG like roadblocks. It was I think 3 minutes into the game there was a 50-50 that if you just got the wrong RNG, you just instantly the run was gone. So they just said, "Fuck it, let's just make a mod that fixes that one." Because there's no arguing it. It's like if you get the Magnum, I think it was actually 55% in favor, but it's still 45%. There's 2 weapons that can drop in this one area or appear, and if you get the Magnum, it's just the run's dead. So they got a mod, but that was it. That was the one mod. The other mods, in terms of like seeing the enemy health and stuff, it was so anyway, point being is that it does allow you to be more strategic if you can see
Yeah.
the enemy's health.
So I could decide, which they did do when it was a boss fight for some reason.
Yeah, the Boris one. I mean, it's weird. It depends on the game, I guess, with how much, because, for example, FF7, other JRPGs, you can't see the boss's health. But in general, the game's flow was, you had active time battle, so the turns weren't set in stone, and, you had a lot of moves you could do, and you could heal pretty freely. So it wasn't that big. You kind of just went until the boss died, right? And it wasn't that big of a deal. But this is because your resources, you have your turn, you have so few turns in regards to the enemy's action, and the attacks, they have health. You don't have a lot of variance in what you can do. Like, you can do damage, or you can, I guess, debuff. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of variance what you can do. So, health. I think the less variety of action you have in a game, the more information you should have, right? To make better decisions, I guess. I don't know. It's not a hard and fast rule, but in this game, I definitely felt that. Like, this game, you should have health visible or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So gameplay score.
Gameplay score. I guess there's like the default 2 of RPG Maker that we could give. I think that's kind of like.
I was saying, what's our super generic RPG Maker score?
Yeah.
I would say though, with all the bugs, I know we go technical too, but there were so many random little bugs that I feel are going to affect both sides.
Hmm.
Like the skills, the resources not being named right. We had to figure it out. Oh, RS is TP, stuff like that.
The lack of information in the tooltips was pretty aggravating. It's like, what does this do though? Like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
So I actually want to give it. Now I will say, in defense, this is not, because I don't want to sound like we're just trying to be mean, even though that's the reputation we have. I always want to feel it's mean that's justified. The game itself is just RPG Maker game, whatever. So I don't think it deserves a 0, but
No.
I think all those issues, like the lack of information, the seemingly redundant skills, all the issues with the resource names, and I think this should actually be below generic RPG Maker. I think it should be a 1 or 1.5.
I think a 1.5. I think is
That'd be
fair.
nice.
I'm looking at I don't know, Hate Free Heroes.
Yeah. Try it if you want.
It had the nice little side animation things, which is cool.
Sure.
For VX Ace, because that's what it looks like in that one.
Yeah.
Sucks. But at least it kind of felt like, at times, kind of felt like there was some tension. So I guess that's kind of why I'm not as hating on it.
Sure. All right, we'll give 1.5. It's fine.
Yeah.
Narrative. I did not. I mean, don't care about it too much. Maybe the anomaly thing. I mean, it's kind of vague. I'm not reading encyclopedia. That's bad design, and the dialogue had that issue of, you should do this. What about this? No, dude. But this. No. How about this? No. How about this? No. How about this? It had that. I just was like, oh my God, I don't want to read this. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. You read it. I mean, you're the one who reads it, so
I'm
just kind of paying attention. But
I just felt like the story was so didn't make sense to me. Like, what are these people doing? Like, what is they're looking for a job, but they already work for the government. They don't get paid. What is this? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
And like, then they're like, oh man, now we have to get called in to do this thing. It's like, it's such a weird concept. Like,
go fight in this arena and then lose and then have no discussion about why you were there, but get lucky that the guy that beat you with you not knowing jumps your car.
Yeah,
It
why didn't we jump him?
made no
Like,
sense. Yeah. There was a reason. I mean, I know he said it on one of the Z or whatever said why, but even if we remembered what it was, I don't because I don't think it was very interesting. But even if I did remember, it doesn't make any sense from what happened afterwards because they just left. They
yeah, they
didn't,
just
I
leave.
would have been reminded, right, if it was like, okay, Boris beat me. All right. And then like it cuts to the back and Ida's like, oh, okay, I'm ready to, moving into action. But they just leave. So the plan, even if we remembered it, still was just forgotten about from a writing perspective because nothing happened afterwards. So I know you
Yeah.
fought some guys before or whatever. You go into the room, you fought some guys, but I'm like, dimension, like whatever, who cares? So
Yeah, that part was completely out of left field. It's just another one of those examples of like writing where it's just like stuff just happens. Like
yeah,
they're like, "Oh no, hunters." I'm like, "Hunters? What?"
yeah,
We've been talking about anomalies this whole time. Why are these people attacking them? I just have no
yep,
concept of like, and like, why is the game take place in Japan? Why does it take place in the 80s?
yeah,
Like, I don't understand. It's like that. It adds to like the confusion, where you're like,
yeah. Alexander, Boris, Scarlet.
yeah,
Like there's one guy with a Japanese name. I guess two. Kazanai or whatever. And
oh,
Haito.
Kazanai, Kazanai,
So
Haito.
yeah. I didn't really get the vibe. It didn't seem I mean they talked about yen, but again the yen values like you're beating people and you're getting um 15 yen, which is a cent or something like that. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think it's and but it's like groceries are 11,000 yen. So it's like, okay, so you got you know what I mean? Even if you convert it, like the easiest way to convert yen, not it's not accurate, but it's if you just need a thumbnail idea is
Well,
just move the decimal by two, so
what's funny is not applicable talked about the yen values a lot because he actually lives in Japan,
oh, he knows.
and he was talking about how like, wait a minute, like that's like $100 for groceries in 1985. And then
Yeah,
also he mentioned like, I guess Japan is much more walkable, so he's like, usually people buy groceries like daily or semi-daily. They don't do what they do in America, which is go once a week or once every two
yeah, they have a
weeks.
giant trunk to put everything in. Yeah, they just walk with their hands and hold with
Yeah.
their hands. Yeah,
So like buying $100 worth of groceries in 1985, like what the hell are they buying? So
yeah,
he already got a talking to about that. But that kind of brings up another question of like, why does it take place in 1985? You like
yeah.
you immediately bring up this problem of not knowing, not doing research on inflation by having all these numbers of money thrown around. Like, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah. Just a lack of effort.
Why not? And
Just-
why not just say the game takes place in 2023? Like,
yeah, yeah. What is maybe eventually we would have
I
figured
think
out what it
I think the amount of groceries could have been forgiven if it was like they bought like a bottle of whiskey or something more expensive.
yeah.
But like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, yeah, and then it would have been
Yeah, how
fine.
old were they?
Hey, that's the other thing. How old are these guys? Like,
So they look like the art makes them look like kids, but
yeah, but
they're obviously not.
it gives me an impression that they're in their 20s, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
Um,
So they're dressed like I thought it was like dressed like a schoolboy at first. I was like, I'm so confused.
yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
the only reason you did this is because you wanted to have synthwave music and you wanted to have anime, like
Yes,
I
that's
don't
my
think you
guess.
need I don't think you need to say that the game takes place in the 80s in Japan to do that. Just have synthwave. Just have it be anime. I don't think anyone cares.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's RPGMaker. It's got to take place in Japan.
If
So
it's
no,
gonna
it
take place,
doesn't.
if it's gonna take place in Japan, at least give people Japanese names. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It made no sense. In the 80s, yeah, the guy had a cell phone or something, or it wasn't animated, or there was no phone that showed that he was pulling from a docked phone. It just there's nothing on the desk.
Yeah,
And of course, there's no animation of him putting his hand near his head because it's base assets, so it's just super low effort. So
yeah, because they didn't have Bluetooth
garbage.
back then. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So you did not have an earpiece. That would not have been a thing,
Nope.
unless it's like a radio or something. But
Giving too
a
much.
radio would
Giving
make
too
a different
much.
make a
Yeah.
different sound.
We're reaching too far.
Yeah. So yeah, narrative. It's going to be below
Giving
a
too much credit.
five
That's the word.
because my five is always for a game that makes sense, and the game doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So
Think.
what am I even gonna say here?
I'll say 1.5 or 2.
Oh, I guess I would say 2 then. I didn't realize you're gonna go that low, but
Go that low.
I think that's fine.
All right,
2 is
2.
fine.
I'm fine with 2. Audio.
Audio.
Huh.
So he did have some cool synthwave stuff, I guess. Not that I care about synthwave, but I do worry that some of it might not have been uh,
Legal.
legal. That
Yeah,
one song
stolen.
definitely sounded like cyberpunk, and like the ending song had like lyrics. So I was like, I don't know if that's an actual song from somewhere. I hope not.
I was gonna say those people who do like they sell or let was it free source music? They just allow people to use their music for their games. How many of them have vocals? I don't think a lot of them do, if
Yeah,
any. I mean, I shouldn't say any, though. I'm sure some do. But
yeah, because vocals are, pretty distracting. Usually people don't want that in
yeah,
their royalty-free music, unless it's like a
it's
cover
true.
of a song, because covers are
Yeah,
way cheaper than the real thing. Um, Although I don't think it's possible to buy a cover. It's not going to be
yeah.
possible
I
to
don't think
buy
it
a
is. Yeah.
royalty-free cover
Yep.
because there's still royalties and stuff that have to happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the person who put up the royalty-free thing, they would be paying. They'd be paying every time you use their
Yep.
song somewhere else, so they would lose money on that. Um,
All right. Audio then. I don't know. It's felt. I mean, okay. To be fair, we shouldn't assume it's illegal music because we don't know for sure. It could
yeah.
just be pulled from something, so we could assume, treat it like it's fine. Um, I'm not gonna lie. After the beginning was allowed, I like kind of didn't hear that much of the game. I heard some of the music, but I
Oh,
assumed, I mean, oops.
I might have turned it down
But
too much.
no, I mean, I could have turned my Discord up,
Oh, I might have turned it
the
down too
stream up.
much though.
Nah, that's fine,
Well,
whatever.
I guess we'll see when I'm editing. I just kind of had
Well,
this I kind of had this reaction when I opened the game, and it was so loud that I just slammed the volume down. So I might have overreacted.
for sure. Well, that's gonna be in the technical. We're gonna talk about that, but uh, yeah, I mean, otherwise it felt fine. I mean, it's funny because we didn't split the audio, so this first audio, so now we don't really have anything to compare it to. But I would say if 5 is just whatever, I don't know. We think 4, 3. I think 4 or 3
Uh,
is fair.
I think
3.5.
3. I mean, you have to have more sound design for like the sound effects and stuff.
Did it have a lot of the? I mean, like, I couldn't hear the game super. What did it have? Like the generic RPG Maker stuff. It didn't, right? I didn't really hear it.
I think it had a lot of generic RTP sounds.
Oh,
Pretty
okay,
sure.
then. Okay, then I'm thinking 2.
I might have turned the sound down too much though, so it's hard for me to hear a lot of it.
I mean, I'm gonna assume it does. There's, I mean, that's kind of rude. Sorry, Tritium.
I guess I'll
But
go back and edit and put something on the screen right here
if we change our mind,
if I go back and look at it after this recording and check the
sure,
sound, because I can like turn down the music or something so I can actually hear the game effects.
sure.
But yeah, that's also mixing, so that's also a knock against for audio if like the music is so much louder than the game sounds.
Yep.
So yeah, I think at highest a 3, I would say.
Okay.
Uh,
2.5.
2.5, split the difference. All
Split
right,
the difference. Visuals. I mean,
visuals.
amateur at least use custom art though, kind of.
They had a little bit of custom art. They had a little bit of perch start, I guess, as the credits said.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
they did some stuff with the lighting, which was a little weird because everything was pitch black, and then certain areas were super bright.
And the lighting was weird. I mean, it looked cool if it worked, but there was the part where it's like the lighting melded like a lava lamp. So it's like when you walked by the light source in the bar, the two light coming from your character and coming from the light source, they merged, like they vacuumed toward each other and became like an amorphous blob. So
Yeah, that
I don't know if
was
that's just it was, I don't know if that's like you need a plugin to fix that or the plugin is the reason it did that, but
yeah, that was interesting.
that wasn't great.
I don't know why it did that. It's I don't know how this plugin must work. Must be some weird rendering thing. Um,
Yeah, but
I can
otherwise,
tell you the MV lighting thing that I have does not do that.
uh,
It's actually not even rendering, from what I understand. It's just like layers of darkness and brightness, because like it can't go brighter than 100%.
yeah,
So that's a problem. It's not real light. Um, but this, I don't know. It was interesting. It had actual shadows being rendered, like on the character. Like that
it
was
did.
pretty cool. Obviously, this guy didn't make that plugin, so we can't give him too much credit for that.
But if you
Uh,
chose to use it, I can respect that.
yeah. It's cool, cool
There was
use.
the weird, what is it, video background in the battles.
Yeah, that was
So
pretty cool. I don't know where those videos came from though. Maybe
yeah, it
they're
looked like some screensaver or
some
something.
screensaver AI generated.
Yeah,
Who knows?
that's my guess. It'd be is it AI video, but
It was a nice touch.
um,
It's pretty cool.
yeah, I think it was interesting.
Uh,
I didn't like it, but I thought it was kind of cool. Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't hate it though. I just was like kind of neutral about it.
but
Um,
but aside from that, yeah, it just looks like an RPG Maker game. Like whatever.
2.53.
Maybe. Yeah,
Because what
two
two
point
is what
five.
are just like all RTP, right? Is two.
Yeah, it's
So I'll
probably
give
two
him a
point
little
five.
more.
Has a
I think
little bit of
2.5.
spicy, a little
Yeah.
bit of salt added on, sprinkled on there, a little pepper.
Yep.
Uh, Mapping.
Mapping.
I don't have a lot to say. There's not much to say about mapping here. It's pretty basic.
Yeah, you don't really move around much. You kind of teleported to there was like a room. Each map was just a room, so there wasn't much
Yeah, and the
to
rooms were kind of
big and
empty-ish,
empty.
big and
Yeah,
empty. Yeah.
that's all I was thinking.
Uh, Fighting arena. It looked like a stage, but that was kind of cool as a stage. I don't know if it's supposed to look like a stage or an arena,
Yeah.
but I guess I always make this comment of like, oh, things look like things. That's kind of a positive thing. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
and the lighting helped a bit. I almost like I keep saying the 2 point. It feels like I don't feel like it's quite a 3, but I don't feel like it's bad as a 2. I'm like that's 2.5, but I mean, man, we keep even 2.5s.
I think a two is
Um,
fair though, because it's like we didn't really get much like exploration or like cool things out of it. It's just
all right, I'll do 2 then.
kind of serviceable, kind of blocky. It works.
So technical. This is going to be a low score. It's not going to be a 0, but it's going to be lower than I'm thinking 1 or 2 because okay, let's go over the issues. So the formatting of the text was
Yeah,
really weird. There's a ton of bugs in terms of like the resources. The volume being super high at the start is horrible because you can't adjust the in-game volume until so what people are going to do is they're going to start the game, it's going to blow their ears out, and they're going to mute their computer and then probably turn off the game. So I would say fix that. But that's really bad. And then of course it uses VXAce.
yeah.
Um,
Lose points or VXAs. Bam.
yeah. And there was some other stuff I can't remember the moment, but those are the main ones I think. There might have been like 1 or 2 other things I mentioned during the video. I can't remember the moment, but I already knew I was going to give it a low score because of all those problems. So I don't know if 1 is fair because there was like at least it's plugins did the lighting thing. I did like the lighting thing,
Yeah, they added
so
some things. I might say
but
1.5
I was gonna say 1.5 too.
because
Yeah,
it might
let's
have
do
been a
1.5.
two, but lose points for being VXAs.
Yeah, the fact that okay, that's fair, and the fact that you had to set your volume to 1, your mixer to 1, and it was still like pretty audible. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Yeah,
So
pretty incredible. I'll have to see. I'll have to listen to what it sounds like in the edit. But like, I was looking at the over at OBS with the levels,
yeah,
and the levels are already a little bit higher than I normally like to have for the game audio,
sure,
just to make sure that like the voices come out clearly. Um,
yeah,
but I think it was still within range that it should hopefully be acceptable for that part where we're talking. I
okay.
might have overreacted. It's just like that's just what happens when you have that like big negative thing. You're
Yeah,
just like make it stop, and you just slam all
yep,
the buttons.
yep. So you hit your headphones off your head because it's like hurting your ears. Yeah, it's just bad. I mean, even if we did overreact, still not good. So earned
Yeah,
1.5 is earned. All right, value. I mean, it's free, but
value.
again, it's like, is it better than looking at a wall? Arguably
Yeah.
not. So,
Let me see.
um,
Well, wait a minute.
let's see.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about this. It's name your own price,
Oh my gosh,
which
you should.
means when I do
Free game
this, it
should pay.
suggests you pay money.
But you don't have to, right?
You don't have to, but that's something I definitely think about where it's like you're still asking for money. So it's
Sure.
like a
Oh,
halfway
that's fair.
it's like a halfway point to charging for your game, right?
That's true because you shouldn't even when you're doing a game like this as this basic, you shouldn't even like think about that. You shouldn't even allow people to pay. Like you should just feel that this is a training and you should be thanking people for even spending time on your garbage. So
Yeah.
shouldn't even offer that. I know it sounds so funny, but I see what you're saying. It's even ask it is implying that you feel you deserve to get paid for this when it's training and you should honestly be paying people to play your game. So Value then. Okay, so I mean, and again, it wasn't very fun. Uh,
What did I put here? Pay. What did it say? Pay.
name your
Name your
price.
price. Name
Name your
price.
own price. Name your
Name your
price.
price.
Sounds like a fantasy villain.
I
Name your
wanted to make
price.
sure that I was like, this is the first time I thought to write that down anyway. Maybe somebody else did that, but
Sure. I'll say donation. Like you could argue it as a donation.
yeah.
Price is donation. Humble bundle.
In our suggestion, it's
Okay.
just free.
Yeah, 100%. Or negative. No, just kidding. I'm like kind of, but no, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Value. Definitely low value though.
Yeah. It didn't take up too much of our time though, which is nice. I can put less than
True.
1 hour here, which
But
was not.
remember, I mean, dude, that's a demo though. We're trying to rate it right as
Oh,
a full
right.
release. So, um, man. I mean, okay, at least it's free. He did ask for money, but it's free. It's not, man. I'm thinking two. Keep it twos. We're being a little nice. I mean, honestly, we could be nice, just give all ones, but I'm trying to be nice in that, not be overly pessimistic, because I know part of my bias here is that we've been playing so many generic. Like, if we played Dime a Dozen, one of the earlier games, probably would have been a little more generous. But to be fair, we were ready for that. We were knowing, I said that if we're gonna be playing these generic RPG Maker, we're just gonna get more jaded and then not have much to say. So, whatever. Man, free. I mean, it is free technically. I'm
Technically,
gonna give it a two,
I think 2 is
even
still
for
fair
value.
because like
Yeah.
it still costs time. Uh, and let me think about this. Oh, we gave Epic Wings a 5 for value just because it was free.
Yeah, I mean the thing about it, if a game is free, but it felt like it was pretty well done, right? That's how it can up its value. Because technically, the value should be always 10 for free games. So I'm arguing the value as comparing it to looking at a wall.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I guess the most I would say would be 3, but I do think 2 makes sense.
yeah,
All right. Overall impressions.
I'll say I would actually really quick. I would say I wouldn't fight a three if you really wanted, but I'm like, I think two's fine.
No, I
So
think I'm gonna go with that logic that I've said before of like
he asked for money.
whoever says the lower number is right when it comes to value.
Oh, okay. And the fact that he asks for money is like, I know it sounds so rude because he's not forcing his donation, but it's like maybe if it was just like free, then maybe it would have been three. But just when you're doing these low effort indie tutorial games, guys, don't even ask to get. Just assume you're losing. That's what the price of learning, the price of entering this competitive market. So
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
is something that's like I don't know. It does trigger something in me when I'm like, name your price.
You bitch.
How dare you?
Yeah. For sure. It's true. It's come on. And I know I get it from the developer's perspective. It's such an innocuous request. Well, I'm not asking them. It's like, yeah, it's technically true, but like, again, this is such a competitive industry, and you're putting out this garbage, which is fine if you're not charging for it. But then don't even ask for money. Like, don't even ask. Don't even pity ask. Just accept the loss that you're going in, and that's it. So
Yeah.
whatever. So anyway.
Yeah. So what are you going with this? I'm gonna guess pretty low here.
Very low. Well, maybe not. Initially I was gonna be like really mean, but I'm like, maybe I'll be a little bit nicer. Um,
Maybe I'm getting more jaded than you at this point. I don't know
maybe
because I
you
was
want to go. Yeah,
doing like
yeah.
F plus, maybe F plus plus.
I was leaning around there too, but I was like, yeah,
F
man.
plus. Oops.
Let's see.
I think I'm settled in there. Thinking about back on things.
I'll say. Let's see. Yeah, issues. Oh, I mean the bugs. Yeah, okay. I'll give. I will give a. I was gonna do F plus minus. Uh, no, flat F. Just flat F.
Flat F.
No
All right.
minuses. No
All
minuses.
right. All right. I was wondering if you're actually gonna go higher than me for a second there. I was like, oh man, wouldn't it be funny if somehow for some reason you become the nicer one and I become the jaded one?
Dude, I know the bad cop could. You know, it is fun. I will say I am trying to be not necessarily like I said, I have no problem being mean, but I feel it always has to be justified. And I feel there is a point where when it's just the same garbage, I'm in my head, I'm like, I think sometimes I'm letting my jadedness over hate. Like I'm hating it more than I would have just because I'm getting jaded and and so I'm like trying to catch myself. That's why I'm trying to be. That's the main thing I'm trying to be. It's not that I'm trying to be nice necessarily, but I'm more trying to get rid of my inherent biases, which ends up me being sounding nicer and probably honestly probably being nicer than I would have, just to kind of correct my inherent biases. But it's possible. Yeah, I'm in my head. I'm like, man, you know what? This though, I was gonna potentially give it a better score, but then I was like, oh wait, all those bugs. So I was like, okay, no. So,
Yeah.
um, but it was not as bad as Treason as Tom. So I was like, can't give it an F minus.
Yeah, not as bad as
Um,
Treason as Tom. Not as bad as Ballad
And I
Radolph.
was, yeah, and I was thinking of S plus minus, F plus minus, but I was like, I think I might be getting swayed by the fact that you're F plus and I have to be lower. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. So, you know, I think I was leaning toward F plus minus initially, like even before you said your score. But I think I'll just be nice and just be like, nah. I think I could have argued an F plus or a D minus minus, but all those bugs really just like, nope, it's F. So.
Yeah, for a second there I thought about D minus, but I was like, I don't know. Some of our, I don't know. I really don't know. It's like,
The big thing is whenever I move up a letter grade, I always have to say, well, what to go from plus plus to minus minus of the next grade up, it has to be what it has. That's the biggest jump to me, right? To move a letter grade, and so for me, I thought about it. I said, did this game do anything to be a D, to get out of F? And I thought about it, and I was like, it did some cool stuff, but I was like, wait, no, I don't think it actually did anything to get out of F. So
yeah.
that's how I look at it. So.
I think the thing here is that I think there are. I guess if we can be positive for once in this video here, I think that there is a lot of stuff that I feel like if the dev kind of figures out what they're doing, that this could be good, like in the next game maybe or something.
Yeah,
But
a lot of the bugs are very fixable. Give more information on what the things do. I think make from a techno standpoint, right? There's also like the whole narrative, like so much of the whole don't do that. I'm going to come on, don't. It's like, who cares? I get it. It's like emulating real life, kind of, but at the same time, when you write for it, it's weird the balance of writing right to emulate. Because if you really look at movie dialogue, people would be like, oh, that movie sounds like really, like the Pulp Fiction, right? Like Quentin Tarantino. But honestly, people don't talk like they do in movies. But there's a reason that people say, oh, this movie feels really realistic dialogue, and you actually break it down. It doesn't sound like people talk at all because people at least want to hear a good conversation.
yeah,
So, and it's so funny. One of my favorite examples of writing of dialogue is in Office Space when for anyone who does it's Peter and his neighbor. Peter's the main character, neighbor's name I forgot, but he's played by the guy from Drew Carey show.
oh, Diedrich
Is it
Bader.
Diedrich? Yeah, he has this weird. I was like, he has a weird first name, Diedrich. That's what it is. So I'll just say Diedrich anyway. So Peter and Diedrich are hanging out, and he comes over, and Diedrich is as they're talking, he walks to the fridge, Peter's fridge. They go to Peter's apartment, and he goes to the fridge, played by Ron Livingston, and as they're talking, he opens the fridge. So they're like, that's how people talk. Like when we hang out, like if I'll sometimes just go to the fridge and like while we're talking, right? And so as they're talking, he goes to the fridge, he opens it, he grabs a bottle of beer, and then as he's explaining to Peter, hey, just don't answer your answering machine. So if your boss calls you to work the weekend, just don't answer the answering machine. And as he's saying it, Peter hands him a bottle opener, and as Diedrich is saying, just don't, and then Peter hands him the bottle and he goes, oh, that's all right, I got it. And he pulls a bottle opener from his pocket and then he continues talking, like his original point, which is the whole, like, don't answer your boss's answer call. But how organic it was where he goes, I don't remember the exact break, but it's, he's saying, just don't answer your answering machine. That's all right, I got it. And then you'll be home free. And I was like, that dialogue felt so good. It just felt well written. So it's so funny because it's a movie not known as it's like good writing, but that little discussion they have, I was like, that is, if I had to capture the essence of writing, and I want between friends of just like having casual conversation, that's my example. So it sounds funny, but going by the original point, which is, maybe you'll find the clip and play it as you
Yeah.
do in the edits. But
What a what
um,
a what a
what is specific?
what a random tidbit of dialogue, but sure, I can find
I know
that.
it's so funny. It's on YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube, but
Yeah.
because the whole scene is memorable. But point being is that's my point almost is it's such a throwaway scene, but it was so impactful to me. I go, that is good writing, good dialogue writing. So for the point, the original point is just because you want to maybe emulate real life, um, even good writing in movies that people consider that's realistic writing. It's not actually how people talk. And you know what you do if I'm talking to a friend and I go, "You want to do this? No. Do you want to do this? No." I would not keep listing things and hope they say yes. I would just say, "What do you want to do?" Right? And in this game, when they're in the back alley, it's like, "Do this, no, do this, no, do this." And I was just like, if I was uncontrolled, I would just space bar, just like get me out of here. So yeah, I don't even remember what the original point was. I ranted, but yeah, it's something to think about. Oh yeah, it was just the little things. So I would say make the dialogue a little less boring. Not just boring, but don't try to emulate the whole, oh, we gotta have them talk like it's a real conversation. Just add a little bit of it, but get to the goddamn point. Just
Yeah.
get to the point.
Get to
You
the
could
point.
you could cut out, you know, 30-40% of the dialogue in this game, and the exact same points would all be made, and it would be faster to read. So do that, and then, as you said, a lot of the little things like make more information on the skills and fix SP, and they're all fixable. And this isn't early, but hey, he asked us to play it this state, not our problem.
Yeah.
But so in those cases, fix that stuff. But at the same time, this game can only be so good because it is a generic amateur RPG Maker game. So but with those fixes, it can be maybe even a 2.5 average. What a score to strive for. So, but I mean, I'm serious. It's minor fixes, very reasonable fixes could make this game. It's not going to be great because it's an RPG Maker game, generic RPG, but it can definitely be a lot better than it is with minor, with just not minor fixes. They take some time, but just more effort, more attention to detail. So. Anyway,
Yeah. I think that I don't know if it's intended. I guess it must be intended to be a narrative-driven game, but I would say if this game even shot for a 5.5 or a 6, if it learned kind of more of the fundamentals of writing and getting the points across faster, and more importantly for me, making sense in terms of
yes,
properly setting up the world and character motivations and making characters interesting, or at least I guess that's the hardest part, is making them interesting. But um, try to give them certain things, at least make it so I can tell the characters apart better. I mean, I guess there's a little bit where it kind of seems like one of the characters is one of the characters a little lazier, I guess. But I don't know. It's more stuff to
there's
cling on to.
definitely a skill to how you present the information of that's unique to your world. I mean,
Yeah,
that's definitely a part of writing skill, right? It's like the number one way you could instantly tell a fantasy novel is written by an amateur is the first page is just a bunch of proper nouns. And I don't want to hear that, boring. Just do something. Don't talk about this. And this game definitely had. And again, if you ask your player to play, it's like that is horrible game design. It's horrible writing. Don't do that. FF13 did that. It was horrible. If you are a good writer, you can weave it in the writing. And please don't do the whole, hey, we're two friends and we talk every day, but I'm going to explain this thing that you already know about in great detail just so the audience can know what I'm talking about, because that happens all the time too. I know this is going a bit much because it's like the writing probably wasn't even, he probably didn't even try that much about the writing. It wasn't even that big of a deal. But point being is that there's a lot of proper nouns, this whole whatever dimension and anomaly and stuff. And if you don't present it well, people are not going to give a shit, or they're not going to know, or both. Like me, I don't know what the hell it is, and I don't care. So if it was presented to me better though, I might have. So
yeah. Right at the beginning, we were hit with that who's talking? Like, we already had problems from the get-go. And like I
And it
predicted,
was.
those characters don't show up at all in the story. So like, why are we starting with characters that aren't important?
Yeah, at least just name them Doctor and pink-haired lady or something. At least to
Yeah.
give it.
And I knew they weren't going to be important because they didn't have character art. So
Yeah, exactly. They're dead. It's like with the characters with no eyes on their art in RTPs. Oh, they're a throwaway NPC. Or in armor or something in the helmet. So
yeah.
yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I forgot to mention this while you're talking about Office Space. And Diedrich Bader. If you want a face reveal, look at Diedrich Bader. That's what I look like.
You kind of, especially when he has in Office Space, he has the long hair, so he definitely looks like you.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my God.
I can't remember the first time someone said that to me. I think it was back when I was in my 20s. So I guess I've always looked like him. I don't know.
I should find someone who looks like me. And the joke being is how many of our audience assume I'm white. Am I? Am I not? Who knows?
Who
So
knows? I
who
mean, I
knows?
know because I know you in person. But
Yes, it's a mystery. So maybe one day I'll mention it offhandedly. Maybe I have already. I don't even remember, but
there might be clues that people could. Oh wait, I remember one you did mention.
I did.
Uh,
I was gonna say I thought I did at some point.
Mention in the comments, folks, if you know what Tony is.
I was gonna say we're gonna have a wiki. We're gonna have a lore. The is it trash lore page? Oh my gosh, that'd be an artist rendition of what they think I look like. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they know artist. Yeah, comment if you remember my race. Oh jeez.
Oh man.
Right.
All right, so let's write this note here.
All right.
I don't know. I think that's good. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, there's not much else to say.
Your game once again is literally called Dime a Dozen. So I don't.
Yeah, self-reference. I don't think it was because it was funny because in the game that's a reference to a thing, right? There's like a dozen whatevers, but yeah,
What
I mean
was it?
I think so. There was a 12, there's 12 something anomalies or
Oh,
something.
is that what he said? I guess I missed that.
They don't really care so little, but point being is that it's definitely a self-referential title of RPG Maker games are just a dime a dozen, and I would say honestly a penny a dozen because they're so low quality. So,
Yeah, yeah. Dime a Dozen's not. I don't know why you would call your game that. Like, I mean, I guess Dirty Dozen is already like a movie, but have something that
well,
sounds cool about. If there is an actual dozen, something that makes it sound like a Deadly Dozen or Devil Dozen.
Animalic dozen, man.
Well,
Anomaly, animalic. You actually use
oh,
that word.
Anomalous Dozen.
Anomalous dozen, yeah.
Uh, Something.
Sure.
Dead
Yeah, who
Dozen.
knows?
Dead by Dozen.
Oh yeah, if you want to do the whole like try to catch people who like that thing. Yeah,
Alliteration.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah, like crosscode and Sea of Stars. You got to do
oh, because I said dead
dirty.
by.
Yeah. Yeah, do dastard dirtiest dozen or something, and use the same fonts as the Clint Eastwood movie or whatever. Whenever Dirty Dozen was hard, but yeah, I don't remember if it's Clint. It was a Clint Eastwood. I don't even remember, but
I actually don't know. I think that's. I want to say.
it's a cowboy movie though, right?
I think it's a cowboy movie. I actually don't know. That's one of the things
Anyway,
I don't know. I actually think
regardless.
it's a
But
World War II movie.
I think that is. Oh yeah, it's like a commando team. Oops. Whatever. Point being is that you can try to con people. It's saying dirtiest does and use the same font. It's always key, use the same font and use a rip-off RPG Maker picture of whoever the star of that movie. Perfect. That's the pay us for these sweet lessons we're giving. So
Yeah. And change your store page to not be the first paragraph, like it's being dumb. Say something cool about your game. Don't be like, I don't know. Maybe it's like Dragon Quest. I don't know what Dragon Quest is though.
low numbers. The numbers weren't even that low. It was like
Yeah,
in the
no, they weren't.
hundreds. I was thinking like 20.
We were
Like seriously.
consistently above high double digits and in triple digits. Like if you say
Yeah.
low number, I mean, I guess that's low compared to like I don't know other games.
Final Fantasy, yeah.
Current JRPGs like to dip into 3 and 4 digits, but like I don't know. You mentioned low number. I guess I did. The funny thing is, I did watch that Dragon Quest thing I mentioned, and like, yeah, it is pretty low. But like, the numbers of that are like 20, at the end game. I think I skipped to the end of the game, and he was doing like 20 damage or something. So
That's what I was thinking.
So it's like, okay, that's a low number. That makes sense because I understand that those old JRPGs are they were trying harder to emulate Dungeons and Dragons, which
Yep.
makes sense because you're like rolling like a D8 or
Dice.
2D,
Physical dice,
like
yeah.
2D8 plus 4, like that would make sense. Like, oh, 20 damage, cool. I got a high roll.
Yeah, I remember such a random tangent. My friend made it. Back in high school, we would make our own pen and paper games, and he made a rolling system that required a digital rolling system, because you'd have like 384 D5. I'm like, or D6. It's like, why would this is so stupid? So, yeah, they're emulating the dice face limitation, and yeah, Sea of Stars didn't have 20s and stuff, So
Yeah, that was pretty
these
low too.
numbers ain't
Yeah,
that low.
these numbers
These
are not that low. I would
that's
I would say these are
that's
more I don't know, reasonable for a JRPG, especially since if this is supposed to be like level 1, like this kind of feels like a level 1 numbers of a regular JRPG. I don't know.
yeah.
There's nothing about it feels specific and low. And also I guess I don't know why we're rambling about this. Like low numbers is not really a selling point. Like
That's true. Who cares? I will say, I was thinking this post review is like the longest, most rambly one we've done.
yeah,
Whatever. It's our show. We do
whatever.
what we want.
We have a lot to say, I guess, because there's not a lot to work with, so we're kind of filling in the blanks, you know.
Yeah, with random anecdotes that are fun. So I'm glad I got to spread my love of that Office Space scene. Everyone go watch that scene if you know what I'm talking about. It's a great little exchange.
Yeah.
So
All right. I guess by that note, we should probably get going here, huh?
sure. Yeah, we can wrap it up.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys next time then.